Welcome to episode number 5 of Rivers Art Colors. My name is Nick Rivers, and this is a continuation video of the collaboration that I'm doing with Brett Strong. He did all the inks on my Batman pencils. I'll have the video for both drawings, for the penciling video on my channel and the inking video on Brett's channel, in the annotations up above, which you should be able to click on, and it'll take you right to those videos. Once again, I've been itching to color this for quite some time. I've had it. Brett inked it pretty quickly. I've just been kind of it's been taking me a while to work on anything else other than my comic book. So I've been in the last final stages of doing the last few pages of Tyrannosaurus Hex number 3. So which I'll have a link in the description if you want to learn a little bit more about that. Also, guys, I apologize if I sound a little winded. I just got through exercising and I'm dead tired, but I wanted to get this uploaded for you guys today. And I'm in Photoshop CS5 doing the colors. Of course, I've already had the flats laid down, so doing my regular rendering process. As you see, not a whole lot has changed. But anyhow, I'm geeking out because Batman versus Superman is just, I think it's just about a week or two away from now. Let me check. Look on my calendar here. I think it comes out the 22nd. And today is the 6th. So yeah, I just have about 2 weeks to go, and it'll finally be here. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this this movie. I've been, I've wanted to see Batman and Superman in a movie together, like since I seen the Michael Keaton Batman movie. I've always like imagined what it would be like to have those two mainstays together finally in a movie, and I'm digging most of what I'm seeing in all the trailers and all the TV spots. I kind of have some of the same hesitations that a lot of other people have with certain elements, and mostly with the portrayal of Lex Luthor. It's just really, I think I've mentioned it before in a past video. It's not really what I'm, you know, comes to mind when I think of Lex Luthor. But it seems like they're doing a little bit of the Earth One Lex Luthor where he was younger, and they're also kind of mixing that in with the mad scientist Lex Luthor from way back in the 30s and 40s too, I believe. Um, so it remains to be seen how that'll work out. But everything else is like all the visuals. I've been going online and saving all of the posters, like some of the artwork that's come out, and some of the stills from the movie that have come out, because it's really, you know, Zack Snyder has a talent for being able to take like some of the key iconic moments of a character, imagery of a character, and really make it come to life. So I'm really, as a visual storyteller, I'm very appreciative of that, and that we're finally getting that caliber of superhero movie. You know, again, it remains to be seen how the general audience will take it. But I mean, just that last trailer that they had where Batman is taking down all of the thugs, and he's pulling his Arkham moves, and he's just kicking ass, and that is straight out of like the Bruce Timm Batman animated show, and it's straight out of Arkham Asylum, and it's straight out of like tons of
source material from the comics, from different Batman stories, and just how you would think that he would move, and even some elements kind of remind me of Alex Ross's Batman. His I think it was Batman Fear. It was one of the big um, oversized comic books that Alex Ross did. Um, I want to say Mark Waid wrote it. I'm not sure. It's been a really long time since I read it, but like where you know just this hulking beast of a Batman. You know how Alex Ross kind of portrayed him in that. I get the same kind of feel in Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman. Um, so yeah, I'm really. I was on the phone with a friend the other day, and they asked me who who am I really the most excited about? You know, who do I want to see win, quote unquote? We all know there's not going to be a clear winner in this fight. It's called Dawn of Justice. They're going to go and and be buddies by the end of the film. But I had to say Batman all day. You know, I love Superman as a character. You know, he's had a lot of great story arcs. You know, he's a classic. I'm not trying to take anything away from Superman, but and I'm not one of those people that have just suddenly jumped on the Batman bandwagon after the Nolan films. I've always been a huge Batman fan. Um, he is just a much more intriguing character. He has the some of the best villains in the DC universe, hands down. I think the only huh, trying to think of anybody in the DC universe whose villains rival Batman's. The only one I could think of is maybe the Flash, you know, in his rogues gallery. But really, I mean, you know, his villains go with his whole aesthetic. Same with Spider-Man. That's probably why they're my two favorite characters because they have the best rogues gallery ever. Um, your hero is only as good as its villain, as the hero's villain. So, you know, um, interesting villains kind of make for a turn for interesting hero. Um, and he has the coolest costume. I mean, I just had a blast rendering this costume out. It's I don't get to draw Batman enough anymore. You know, I used to every sketchbook I own, there's a Batman sketch somewhere, but um, he's one of those characters that I have so much fun. Every time I draw him, it harkens back to my childhood. So I guess that's why I really get a thrill working, drawing Batman, coloring Batman, inking Batman, doing anything Batman related. I remember um, one of my gifts that when I was young, I had oh, what was it? I think it was like a flu shot that I had to take, or and I hated. I mean, every kid hates taking shots, but I really, really like. I would cry. I would just go crazy whenever I had to have a shot taken, and this was shortly after. I think it was either after. It had to have been right before Batman Returns came out. Maybe it was after the first Batman. I can't remember. Um, but I remember like dreading going to the doctor and getting my shot taken. And the one thing that got me through it, my dad was like, "Look, if you take this shot and you don't cry, you get through it, I will take you to Toys R Us and buy whatever you want." And I had my eyes set on this on one of those. It was like a Batman. It was a cheap Batman uh, hard plastic mask with the cape and the body armor and gauntlets to look like the Michael Keaton Batman suit. And I had that is the one thing that got me through that doctor's appointment. Having to get a shot. I was so uh, my eyes were so dead set on that. I was like, I got to get that Batman costume. Oh, just while I'm doing it, I want to point out that to get that slight texture in the background, I've turned my brush dynamics off under the brush panel, turned scattering on, and adjusted my scattering, and turned the transfer on, and adjusted that to get the desired results. Um, and I'm just kind of going in, and I've created a layer mask on that lighter hue to erase some of the edges. But anyway, back to my story. When I got that, after I got that shot, and I had my little band-aid on my arm, and everything. When you're a kid, any kind of pain is intensified, 10,000 times because you don't know real pain. So, I'm moping around with my shot, but I get to Toys R Us. My dad lets me pick out my Batman cosplay costume set, kid set, and I just every time I was at home and I had an excuse to put that thing on, I would put it on all the time. I just love running around the house dressed up like Batman, and I just got a real kick out of it. um, but I think it was one of those things where it's just I can't think of any kid that wouldn't dig Batman. He's got the coolest gadgets. He's got the coolest costume. Um, and on top of that, when you really, when I got older and I really started to dig deep into the character, and read a little bit more, and reading, um, what was it, Brian Boland's Killing Joke, and reading Dark Knight Returns, and reading some of the Year One books, and what else? Oh, Arkham Asylum. Reading that, and just those blew my mind. I realized, wow, this character is much deeper than I realized when I was a kid. Um, there's something about the whole kind of cause and effect thing with Batman that's pretty interesting to me. That you know maybe some of the whole thing with escalation, and maybe some of his villains, some of the madmen that he takes down, wouldn't even exist if Batman wasn't around. It's something to chew on. But there it is. There is the completed drawing. I hope you enjoyed. If there's any other characters you'd like to see me draw and ramble on about, please let me know in the comments below, and I will do my best to give it a shot. Again, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and share with all your friends. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.